Hey everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of Adventures in FBA. I'm Brian. This video, I want to talk about some of the pitfalls of OA, so online arbitrage. The two basic arbitrage models, there's RA, retail arbitrage, and OA, online arbitrage. Retail arbitrage puts you in the store, you're looking for deals there, in person, on foot. Advantages is you can find really amazing deals. You can find closeout deals, clearance, you can get a lot. Some of the disadvantages of RA in my mind is you have to actually go somewhere. You can't do it in your pajamas, or you shouldn't. And it takes time to go from store to store to store, and they'll limit you in the number of quantities. You're limited by however many they have in stock at that particular store. OA, online arbitrage, you can shop any store in the world that you can get to through the internet, and sometimes they'll let you buy more or less. It really just depends on what their systems are. But you can quickly hop from store to store to store, and there are tools such as Arbitrage Hero, which is one I'm checking out right now, which allow you to hopefully find more profitable leads ahead of time. What I want to talk about today, though, are some of the pitfalls of online arbitrage. So what are some of the pitfalls that I see of online arbitrage? One is you can't always determine the size of an object when you're buying it. It may provide dimensions, but raise your hand if you actually pay attention to some of that sometimes. I know I should. I learned this particularly the hard way. Let's take a look at an example. This is a collectible, and it's something I found originally through Arbitrage Hero, and I bought it through the website Zavvi, Z-A-V-V-I. It's not listed there anymore. I think they sold out of their inventory, but I got it for like $96, so it was on sale, and I had like a new member coupon, whatever. I got $96, right? And this thing sells, according to Seller Amp, it sells like 70 something units a month. So I bought two, and it's good. It comes in a box, looks pretty good. So what I wasn't prepared for, however, was just how big this box was. How big was it, you may ask? It's really freaking big. Look at this thing. It's huge, right? It's 24 inches long. It's 8 inches across and 12 and a half inches tall. This thing is giant. It weighs about 5 pounds. And just to ship this into Amazon would cost me like $20. So I have a good, healthy profit built in, but $20 just to ship it. So whether I ship it to Amazon or I ship it to an owner or a buyer, I'm spending $20. So at first I was going to do these only FBM, so I have to ship it once. But I hit that sweet spot early in most Amazon sellers' career where Amazon gives you a $100 credit. And so I shipped one of these into Amazon for free. But had I known it was this big, I might have rethought it, right? The good news is when you ship things into Amazon, the biggest your box can be in any dimension is 24. So this fits, right? Just barely, but it does. They had to make a custom box to ship two of these to me. So there you go. This also comes up when I was buying one of my earlier buys from PetSmart. I bought the pickle toy, which you've seen, but I also bought some puppy pads. Sounds great, right? You look at a little thumbnail, you're like, oh, that's amazing. Except it showed up as like an 8 inch by 8 inch cube, and it weighed more than I thought it should, like a lot. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have to ship this into Amazon. And it's by far the heaviest thing I have in the box. So if you only include one in the box is all top heavy and things. It's very strange. So pay more attention because it's hard to tell exactly how big an object is unless they give you dimensions, and then heed those dimensions. Understand that this is going to affect your shipping, whether it's to Amazon or to the customer. The larger it is and the heavier it is going to be an impact. That brings me to number 2. Not knowing, being ignorant about the weight. As I said with the puppy pads, they weighed a lot more than I thought, and that is a concern. Another product I bought recently, also in the pet genre, was this substrate for lizards and snakes and things. They sell it in compressed packs, and then I guess you tear it up and it dissipates and you put it in the bottom of the cage. That's great. I was actually in PetSmart picking up some food for our cats, and I knew of this product. I found it using Arbitrage Hero, and I went in to look for it just to kind of get a sense, well, how big is it? And they were sold out, probably because they had a deal going on. So I ordered some anyway. I ordered 8 of them, and they arrived in 2 different boxes, and those boxes were way heavier than I thought they should have been. So here it is. This is a 3-pack of substrate. You can see right here, nice and big. And this thing weighs like 4 pounds. So not so much, but that's still 4 pounds. And if you're going to send 8 of these in, that's 30 pounds. I'm not going to send them all in. I'm going to send about half of them in, but that's still 20 pounds of just substrate. And I was like, man, I really need to go towards light and small and light, as opposed to keep finding heavier things. Another winner that I found was a hammer. Once again, Brian, it's a hammer. How big is a hammer? Can't be that big. It's this big. Now, it's not Thor's hammer, but it's big. This is 3 pounds by itself. I ordered 3 of them, and then I've ordered 4 more of them. And, that adds up. This should turn me a nice profit, but it's going to cost more to ship it somewhere. And that's something to consider. Is it going to stop me from ordering more? Not at this price point. But this has happened again and again and again. I need to be more conscious of what an object might weigh. The third big pitfall of online arbitrage is that sometimes what gets delivered to you does not match what you ordered from. I know, right? Case in point, Burt's Bees, a product I'm ungated in and I've sold some things in. They were having a sale on one of their little kits. I ordered some. I ordered like 12 of these. They came. They look great. The problem is this does not match the packaging of the listing on Amazon. I don't own the Amazon listing, but the listing that this would qualify for, it actually says 2021 and has different artwork on the packaging. And my concern is if I list this, it's not going to look what the user sees on Amazon. And so I actually wrote Amazon, I'm like, hey, this is like the 2022 version. What do we do about that? And they basically shut me down saying, well, you can't list it because this is different. Helps me not at all. So I have like 10 of these. If any of you are Burt's Bees enthusiasts, let me know. But more recently, again, through Arbitrage Hero, I found some wins and I found some losses. But I found a 3M Scott Bright scrubber. Looks like this. This is what I saw. Checking out on Seller Amp and Keepa. Great numbers. Awesome. I ordered 12 of them. Pick up in my local store. It's awesome. I go and this is what all 12 look like. It looks a little different than this, don't you see? It's the same model number, but it just does not look like the picture from the site that I ordered it from. More importantly, when I scan the UPC, it's the same model, but it's a different UPC code. This takes me to a very unprofitable product on Amazon. I'd be selling these at a loss, even though when I ordered it, I thought I was going to get it for a profit. So stay tuned. I don't know. I'm going to try to return all 12 of these because this is going to lose me money. And that is the struggle, right? It looked like this way. I thought I was getting this, but they shipped a different product. Maybe it's a more modern product, but to Amazon, it's a different product with a different UPC. And I could have bought this way cheaper just at my local grocery store yesterday. So learning curves, that's it, right? I get frustrated sometimes, but these are 3 things to think about when you're doing online arbitrage. How big is the object? Is it going to cause issues with shipping? Because ultimately it needs to be 24 inches or smaller unless you're going to pay for oversized shipping. Second, how much does it weigh? Because obviously the heavier it is, the more your shipping costs are going to go up. Either you're shipping stuff to Amazon or you're shipping it to the buyer, but the heavier the object, the more expensive that's going to be, the more that's going to eat into your potential profit. And third, you run the risk of purchasing something and having a slightly different product show up. So even though it may be the same model number, it may look different. That may cause buyer confusion, or it may ring up as something completely different on Amazon. Obviously, if I was in store knowing I was looking for the dark blue version, I would not have bought 12 of the light blue version. All right. Again, I hope this is helpful. I mentioned Arbitrage Hero a lot. I put a link down at the bottom. You can try it out free for 14 days. I'm still dabbling with it. I'm still on the fence, being completely honest. I found some great finds there, but I've also found some duds. So we'll see. I am planning on maybe doing a more in-depth video about Arbitrage Hero. It's just another tool. Is it necessary? No, but I like playing with new tools and like that. So if you want to check it out, link is in the bottom. It is an affiliate link. So if you were to try it out and actually pay money, I would get a tiny portion of that, just FYI. Hey, thank you again for watching. Really appreciate it. Wishing you the best in your FBA journey. Let's make mistakes together so we all can learn and get better. Thanks.